Welcome to HITC Sport. And right, did you all enjoy your breakfast this morning? What did you have? A nice cup of tea and croissant? Beans on toast? This is mine.
Thanks, Liverpool.
Thanks to Liverpool's hopelessly stale goalless draw at home to Real Madrid, I've been forced to digest milk and sweaty sock fluff. Great, now I feel like getting sick of my hand. Lads, I've worn that sock about 56 times, so I'm pretty sure that means I'm going to develop about 16 mouth ulcers in my head. So thank you to Liverpool. I predict you and back you to produce a historic, famous European night. And you lumber about the park with zero urgency. That's what I get for having faith in you. But I guess that's what happens when you just delete the fans from Anfield on a European Champions League night. It's a bit like telling Usain Bolt to run a marathon without wearing any shoes. I did an entire live stream of the Liverpool Real Madrid game. Yes, I know what you're thinking. I assumed Football Gogglebox is utter garbage television, and anyone who chooses to spend their evening watching me ramble on for 2 hours instead of watching the game themselves. Honestly, if you did that, please donate chunks of your brain to medical science. But on the perverse off chance that you actually tolerated it, let me know whether or not to make them a regular thing for the Euros and whatever other games. Let me know in the comment section below. But as for now, let's take a crack at some of the predictions for the Premier League games this weekend. Everton versus Tottenham. Everton versus Tottenham is a ridiculous fixture. I'm sorry, but it is. Clearly before these matches, the defenders are just told to throw out the manual on how to clear the damn ball and just act like zombified hillbillies. Earlier this season, there were 9 goals scored at Goodison Park. 5-4 to Everton in early February. I'm pretty sure for a defensive enthusiast like Jose Mourinho, then sitting in his dugout watching that, probably about as much fun as watching 2 pigs, 1 cup. That's what happens when farmers try to go viral. I know, the image of that makes you want to cough up your breakfast. For me, that would entail damp sock sweat. Anyway, 2 years ago, Tottenham travelled to Liverpool to stick 6 past Jordan Pickford. I'm pretty sure that was the match where the English media finally started to realise that the World Cup penalty hero actually had the concentration of a hamster with ADHD. Really, before this season, the Toffees hadn't beaten Tottenham since 2012. And I'm sorry, for clubs supposed to be vying with Spurs for European football on an annual basis, that is utterly rancid. Carlo Ancelotti is the first Everton manager since David Moyes to actually beat Tottenham. The club needed to appoint a 3-time Champions League winning coach to finally get that monkey off their backs. Anyway, listen, neither club are in particularly good form. Let's not forget, Everton hadn't won any of the last 4 games, failing to beat Burnley and Crystal Palace at home. Both these clubs were tipped for cracks at an unlikely outside title league challenge earlier this season, before both utterly falling off the map. It's a bit sad to see 2 former Real Madrid coaches with 5 Champions League medals between them, to just see them coach a pointless, irrelevant mid-table scrap like this. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a pretty nervous and stale 1-1 draw. Newcastle versus West Ham. Lads, when Newcastle turned up at West Ham on the opening day of this season, to somehow leave with a comfortable 2-0 win, with Jeff Hendrick waltzing about like the Irish sedan. Trust me, no, he has the footballing ability of a broken stapler. Imagine telling someone back then that fast forward to April, West Ham would have 23 more points than them. Oh yeah, and be sitting in the top 4. I don't understand this. Are you telling me David Moyes inherited the champions of England in 2013, a squad littered with seasoned winners? Because he had a 27-year-old Wayne Rooney in his hands and couldn't even sneeze in the direction of a top 4. And yet, give him Craig Dawson, a defensive ham sandwich, relegated at Watford last season, and suddenly he has West Ham in a race for the Champions League. If he does manage this, then he'll actually vindicate the embarrassing goal held by both the David Gold and Sullivan. Does that mean those owners have the last laugh? When they targeted Champions League football back in 2010, it would be a bit like if Warwick Davis had auditioned for the role of Captain Jack Sparrow. Probably not right for the parts. They've brought in big names, targeted world-class managers, and if they manage to do this with Moyes, utterly mental. As for Newcastle though, a win here would give them a 9-point cushion over Fulham, before the Cottagers have to face Arsenal away on Sunday. I'm sorry, but this is Newcastle's biggest game in years. Win this match and you stay up, that's all there is to this. And I know West Ham are on good form, but good Christ, wake up! You are Newcastle United! Don't be overawed because West Ham are coming to town. The Hammers are in good form, but let's not act like they're an unstoppable force. They almost carelessly chucked 3-goal leads in the bin for the last 3 games running against Arsenal, Wolves and Leicester. If Alisson Maximin is fit to start, I have a feeling he's going to eat West Ham's defence for breakfast. I'm going to go with a spirited 2-1 win for Newcastle here, with with Joe Linton scoring the winner. And I know you're probably all cackling with laughter, right? Spitting your bowl of morning Cheerios out your nose at the thought that Joe Linton will be scoring. A Brazilian who can barely control his 2 feet. Well, lads, if you're so sure, why don't you all put on a stupid forfeit? Let's make a deal. If Joe Linton scores this weekend, then you all have to write me a check for 500 quid. How's Wolves versus Sheffield United? Yeah. Sheffield United's fire has been put out. There's not one single blade on planet Earth who now believes they can stay up. Which is a shame, because in January, it looked like they might be about to pull off a great escape. But now Chris Wilder's gone. They've lost 8 of the last 9 games. They're done. Paul Heckingbottom, what is he doing in a Premier League dugout? He looks more out of place than a nun in a nightclub. As for Wolves, let's be honest, this has been a duff season. Injuries, key players sold, and now it's sitting 14th in the damn league. The fans are probably just begging for the season to end. 3 years ago, they were spoken about as the most exciting team to ever get promoted to the Premier League. But now, with the emergence of Leeds, they're just yesterday's news. And if Adama Traore hadn't smashed in a last-minute winner at the Craven Cottage earlier this week, then they'd be winless in 6 games. They haven't won a match by more than 1 goal since before Halloween, and they've only won 2 games by more than a 1-goal margin all season long. They've been about as convincing as Kristen Stewart's attempted acting. So for anybody expecting Wolves to run riot and utterly smash the Blaze in a smithereens, it's not happening. I'll go for a pretty stale 1-0 home win. And let's make a deal. If Wolves manage to win this game by more than 2 goals, i.e. 3 goals or more, then I'll eat a 3-course meal out of my shoe. Arsenal versus Fulham. Fulham are down, lads. They're going into a virtual must-win game with Arsenal, playing a club beating them the last 6 times they've met. Lads, Fulham haven't beaten Arsenal since January 2012, and they've never left the stadium with a win ever. This is going to be the most painful run-in for Fulham. They just lost 4 on the bounce. Their confidence is currently halfway down a sour drain. And I'm going to call it. I reckon Scott Parker, England's golden boy, the next managerial visionary, is not going to end the season with his job intact. Because you know what Fulham are like. They usually press that panic button about 2 or 3 times during a relegation battle. Arsenal are going to absolutely knock the utter snot out of Fulham. I'm going to say it. 5. Yes, 5-0. Alexander Lacazette is a man in form, and I reckon he's going to weigh in with a hat-trick. Honestly, watch Parker at the full-time whistle. The guy is going to be on the brink of tears. I don't know why everyone thinks he's a future England manager. Am I the only one who sees the second coming of Tim Sherwood staring right back at us? Good Christ, he even has his own Gillette. Give it 18 months and he'll be on his knees begging QPR for a job. Man United versus Burnley. Lads, here's a stat for you. Man United haven't beaten Burnley at home since February 2015. How are Burnley going into the fixture with a better record? Since then, it's been a goalless draw in 2016, a 2-2 draw in late 2017, another 2-2 draw in January 2019, and last January a 2-0 win for Burnley. In a game where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could well have paid for this job. And for those small section of arrogant Man United fans who expect to just walk over Burnley with ease, no. Make no mistake about it. Sean Dyche does not lose at Old Trafford anymore. He just doesn't do it. He knows how to get his Burnley team to dig in and grind out a result. And I'm sorry, lads. You're about to witness a real slog of a match this Sunday afternoon. Lads, the last time you beat the Clarets at home, Chris Smalling was scoring twice. The likes of Angel Di Maria, Kieran Trippier, Danny Ings, Available Falcao were all out on that pitch. So that sort of shows you how long it's been. It's nearly 3,000 days since your last home win over Burnley, which is just utterly mental. So for this, let's go for a dull as dishwater 0-0 draw. And you might think that's Burnley dragging Man United down to their own caveman, knuckle-dragging Neanderthal level, right? Well, lads, Burnley have had 4 goalless draws this season. Man United have had 7. That is 11 0-0 draws between them this season. This has another goalless stalemate written all over it. Lads, avoid this match at all costs. Instead, go outside. Watch your cat licking its arse for 6 hours straight. Anything. Pop on a box set of The Big Bang Theory. Anything is going to be more fun than watching this utter dross of a football match. And to prove my confidence, for every goal scored in this game, I will eat 1 celery stick dipped in milk. Leeds versus Liverpool. This is going to be one hell of a game, and the second time this week that I am praying for a Liverpool win. I'm not going to lie, when Stuart Dallas slammed in a last-minute winner at the Etihad last week, I immediately felt my bowels fall out my arse. I cannot have Leeds finish in the top half. Whatever about eating goddamn cereal from a sock, I cannot have a Patrick Bamford tattoo for life. Etching into my skin forever the constant reminder of a fella who led Ireland on for months. Just no. And just like the opening day of the season, this is going to be a thrilling game, you just know it. But for Liverpool, playing against an energetic bunch of mice like Leeds United, having to deal with Bielsa's crazy nonsense-esque tactics, this is the last game they'd have wanted after an intense Champions League quarter-final night. But you know what though, I'm going to go for a 3-2 Liverpool away win, with Mo Salah scoring another 2 goals. I have to have Liverpool win this game. There is no other option. Leeds cannot finish in the top half. Chelsea versus Brighton. Ah yes, here we have the Joe Weller derby. Does he even like football anymore? Anyway, here we have a clash of styles. On one hand, we have Thomas Tuchel, a ruthless official German results man, versus Graham Potter, a guy who would probably happily accept relegation as long as his team dominate the possession stats and the XG charts. Christ above, his philosophy on the game makes me physically sick in my mouth. Chelsea will utterly crush them here. Another 3-0 win. Tuchel is going to utterly wipe the floor with Graham Potter, you will see. And after Kai Havertz's nightmare debut against Brighton earlier this season, I have a feeling he's going to be back in the goals here today. Actually, you know what? He's probably going to be man of the match. Anyway, that is the end of the video, lads. Let me know. Put your predictions in the comment section below. Let me know what you think is going to happen. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.